What's going on, everybody? TheDeadlyRaven here, and welcome back to episode 2 of my Hardcore Ironman Progress series. In this episode, we did a lot of quests and as well as a lot of achievements to unlock some key things early on that will allow us to progress on the account while ensuring survivability, profitability, and efficiency. After getting the rusty sword identified for one of the Ardone Easy Diaries, we went over to Falador and we got Doric's quest out of the way, as well as Knight's Sword. On screen, I'm getting the iron bars out of the way, which is needed for later on the Knight's Sword quest, because you use the iron bars with the red berry pie and the blue-ray ore to actually complete the quest and get a really high boost in mining and smithing to get a bit of that early level grind through bronze and silver out of the way early on. After we completed these two quests, we headed over to the desert and we completed Tourist Trap, which the reason why I wanted to do this quest was because I still have 1 agility, and the completion of this quest gives you 2 experience lamps that you can use in whatever skill you want. And if you put them both in agility, you get respectively 20 agility after the first one, and then you get 26 agility after the second one. This is a way more effective way to train agility because you will not have to waste any time going all the way to Trinome Village and completing the course there from level 1 to 10, which takes about 30 to 40 minutes, and then heading over to Draenor Village and then Alcarid to get up to 26. So this is just a lot easier to get it out of the way. While I was doing the quest Pirate's Treasure, a fellow hardcore Ironman asked me where he could find the white apron, and he was mad because he had to go all the way to Verac and buy it, but I showed him you could just get one in the fishing store, and he was ecstatic. And honestly, guys, there's no problem with helping out fellow RuneScapers, especially somebody that's new, because once you build that layer of trust, they'll follow you in the wilderness, and that's when you can crush them and destroy their account, and they'll never be competition for you in the high scores again. I'm only kidding. We then headed over to the Grand Tree to complete this quest. The Black Demon was very easy to kill, and then we got more agility experience and attack experience as well as magic XP. We got 26 agility, guys, because 25 is a requirement for this quest. So complete Tourist Trap and then into Grand Tree, and it'll save a lot of grind and you'll be a little bit more efficient. While you're in the Grand Tree and you complete that quest, you can start Monkey Madness, and I mean, you're not going to complete it yet because you don't have 43 prayer, but it's just a good thing to get these quests started so you can have them to revisit later on. Plague City was something I got out of the way, which I wish I did earlier, and then right away I went into Biohazard, which are both requirements for the RD Easy Diaries, which is something I'm really going to get out in this episode later on, but that's something we have to kind of work in between all our other quests. Murder Mystery quest done in Camelot, that gives us crafting XP and some coins. And while I was doing Murder Mystery, you have to go to the Poison Salesman in Sears Village. And while you're here, if you've been following along, every major city that I've gone to, I've been doing the Bar Crawl Challenge. So that's going to unlock Horror from the Deep later on in the game. And so instead of having to run around to all these bars, I've just been I've been carrying this card around with me everywhere I go. And once you get this message that you're too drunk to be able to read the Bar Crawl card, wow, there's a tongue twister, that means you've completed it. So we're just going to hand that in next time we're up by Barbarian Assault. And this way we don't have to worry about that anymore. Fishing contest was the next quest I got out of the way because it was southwest of Sears Village. And then this way now we unlock the travel path underneath White Wolf Mountain. This is going to be important because it just reduces that chance of dying and it's a little bit quicker. We headed over to Falador and we got out all the requirements for Black Knight's Fortress, which is a piece of cabbage, iron chain body, and bronze med helm. We got the cabbage from Lumbridge, if you remember, as soon as we spawned. And then when we completed this quest, we got a bit more coins. You honestly can never go wrong with too much money. So afterwards, what we did, guys, is we took out the requirements for Biohazard, which is the 4 potions and the Plague, as well as a piece of bread. We need the bread for Merlin's Crystal, which unlocks Excalibur, which is 6 quest points, as well as Holy Grail, which is going to be crazy for our defense and prayer. So we went to the Lady of the Lake and we gave her the piece of bread in the jewelry shop, and then we handed out all 3 pieces of the vials, and then I teleported over to Castle Wars to complete the quest, the Observatory. Funny enough, I got the Sagittarius as a clue as my horoscope, and that's what my horoscope is in real life, and I found that pretty interesting. And then we completed this quest over here, a bit more crafting XP and 2 quest points. Got a Maple Longbow as a reward, which is absolute trash, but whatever. We'll make some money alching it later on when we have 55 magic. Next up on the account, what we did was we went over to Lumbridge and we got the brooch, which we'll need for the quest Lost Tribe. Heading over to Verac, we got a bunch more things out of the way. One of them being the Natural History Museum minigame thing, and we got 1,000 Hunter and 1,000 Slayer XP. So we're already 9 Hunter and Slayer without having trained it once. Headed over to Falador and completed Recruitment Drive. Be very careful, guys, you can die during this minigame. Now, the reason why I'm doing these quests in the path that I am is because Recruitment Drive gives you 10 herb lore, which allows you to complete dig site quests without having to train anything in between. So honestly, I'm just being as efficient as I can with the rewards that I get from quests and just doing whatever quest comes up next in the line of questing. While in Verac, we also opened the chest from Pirate's Treasure that's upstairs in the bar, and this now allows us that next time we're in Falador, we can just dig into the X and we'll get the reward for that quest. Heading over to Champions Guild, I started Dragon Slayer as well, and then we made our way a little bit northwest of there to mine 5 silver ore in the bank, in the little mining deposit that's there. This is going to be used to give us the silver sickle and the holy symbol that we need for some other quests that we'll be doing later on in the account. I was absolutely shitting my pants, but I needed to go in the wilderness to get this achievement diary, and we never knew who could be waiting there. Like, what could be waiting on the other side of this lever? So we pulled the lever, and we were safe for now. And once I went to go back in, oh my god, who the fuck? Oh, it's just my other account. Okay. I just scouted ahead of time to be safe. And it was good. We got that diary achievement out of the way, and then we completed the quest Biohazard. So handing in this quest now, I was able to complete the Ardo and Easy diaries, and now these are important because the cape that you get from this gives you +2 magic, +2 prayer, and +2 slash experience. So these are going to be very useful when we start training combat, and we want to get the best in-slot items while we can. We use the experience lamp from this Easy diary into leveling up agility because we're not high enough for prayer yet. And at the same time, we also handed in our first cat for 200 death runes. We handed over to Gertrude to pick up another cat, and we're always going to have pussy around us guys while we go complete the sardines. While we go hand in the cats and train all our skills. I got 42.6k thieving XP, and then after that, this allowed me to go complete a couple more quests, which will give me 45 thieving so I can go into blackjacking right away. On the way now towards Seer's Village, I headed over to the Temple of Ikov, and I picked up the Boots of Lightness. There's no requirements for these, so you can just run in, get them, and then run out and continue training. We handed in Merlin's Crystal. This gives us 6 quest points, and while we were here, we also started the Holy Grail. Then we headed over to Seer's Village, guys, and we completed the Elemental Workshop. This quest just gives you a lot of smithing and crafting experience, and after completing it, we headed over to Seer's Bank and got 36 wood cutting from oak trees, and then we just cut a couple extra willow logs just to fill up the inventory space. This dude has the coolest name I've seen. He wins the fucking, oh my god, what the fuck? OSRS, yeah. Lol. We got our second cat to hand in, guys, so that's another 200 death runes for us. And then we completed the quest Goblin Diplomacy, as well as continuing with Lost Tribe, because you need to complete Goblin Diplomacy for the continuation of this quest. And so while we're here, I'm like, okay, might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone as usual and just continue on. I'm going to say be very careful in these caves because there is a high risk of dying, so make sure you follow a guide to make sure you do it properly. And then once you complete Lost Tribe quest, you get 3,000 mining experience, a Ring of Life, which will save your life when you die, as well as having access to the Durgan crossbow. Then we headed over to the desert to complete the feud quest, and honestly guys, pay attention to the safe spot that I did. I ran over the carpet ride and then I went all the way around. This is the only way to safe spot the bandit champion, who also drops an adamant scimitar. So if you haven't done this quest before or you're very low level, I can make a guide on this. Just let me know in the comments below and I'll make a whole guide on how to efficiently do blackjacking, the feud quest, and get high thieving, which is what I'm going to be going for in the upcoming episode if you haven't realized by now. Talked over to this guy, picked up the adamant scimitar just for some loot, and then we headed over to complete this quest. Once you complete the feud, you can't exactly go blackjacking yet because you have access to a maple blackjack, which you do not have in your inventory. So there is a mini quest that you got to do by talking to Ali Morrison again, and then he'll allow you to get maple blackjacks. I've been getting a lot of messages about this, so I most likely will be making a guide, so stay tuned for that. And this will wrap up episode 2. I just wanted to say thank you very much for all the support you guys have been giving me for over these last couple of videos that I've been making. This Hardcore Ironman series has blown up way more than I expected it to, and I'm glad that everybody's loving the content I've been putting out. This just motivates me to work harder in my videos. So if there's anything you guys want to see me put up in my next video, besides my regular progression series and guides that I plan on doing, let me know in the comment section below and I'll definitely consider it. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode. For now, peace out, and make sure you subscribe for future content.